In this video, we're going to talk about course and student management. To do that, we're going to turn on a couple of the plugins that come with Tutor LMS Pro. But before we do that, when we're in our course, we can add announcements at any time during our course. All right, let's say lesson 3 is ready. Go ahead and start lesson 3 this week. Once we click Add Announcement, the announcement is listed here. It's posted by the admin a minute ago. Let's go take a look and see how a student would see that. Here on my course page, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to see all of the announcements for the course that I'm enrolled in. Here's the course page, the overview, which again is just that quick little piece of text. Any Q&A that has been asked, I can ask a new question here. In fact, let me go ahead and do that. Should I start lesson 3? Question mark. Post a question. So now, student has asked, should I start lesson 3? And you'll note that any of the students enrolled in the course can add an answer. When I'm back here in the back end as an instructor, you'll notice there's a new question that's been asked. And by student, of course, I can add an answer. Yes, please do. And the answer is tucked in right under the question. Heading back over to the student page, when I hit refresh, you'll see that the administrator has answered the question. Now, these Q&As are open to everybody that's enrolled in the course, and they'll be able to see all of the questions and answers that have been asked. Back here again in the backend, when I click on students, I can see all of the students that are enrolled and what courses they've completed. So now this is probably not enough information, and so we'll talk a little bit more in just a moment. There's also a menu item here called Withdraw Requests, when a student requests to be withdrawn from a course. So the basic version of Tutor LMS doesn't give us a lot of options here. This is where the add-ons come in. And if you've purchased a pro version of Tutor LMS, all of these add-ons are available to you. So let's take a quick peek. We've got Enrollments, Gradebook, Assignments, Certificates, Email, Reports, and a couple of other ones for student and course management, course attachments, and even Content Drip add-on that unlocks lessons by schedule or when the student meets specific conditions. This is going to be great for your clients who might be scheduling out their content. I have a client who does that, so we'll turn that one on as well. We're just going to turn them all on. Course preview, prerequisites. You'll also notice a multi-instructor add-on here and 2 add-ons for paid membership. I'm going to cover that in a separate video. All right, now that we've got these add-ons turned on, let's take a quick peek and see what that does. When I hit refresh on Tutor LMS, I've got new menu items here: Gradebook, Reports, Enrollments, Assignments, Emails, and these are just going to make our life a lot easier. If I click on Gradebook, Tutor LMS gives me the ability to import sample grade data. I'm just going to do that real quickly. Gradebooks allow me to set up the grades that my students might receive. So again, if I'm using this in a school, I can tailor the gradebook to whatever the school's policy is, and that's really terrific. Reports give me a detailed insight into all of what is going on in my learning management system, and I think this is probably one of the best add-ons you can get. All of the various stats on your courses, lessons, quizzes, student enrollment graphs, most popular courses, last enrolled courses, recent reviews, questions from students. There's that question I asked in the last video, new registrations, etc. This is a super helpful overview, but there's more. Clicking on courses, I'm able to see enrollment by course and by date and download it as a CSV file. And then I'm also able to look at any reviews that students may have posted within the course. And that's terrific. Coming down to the Enrollments tab, I can see who's enrolled in the course, but most importantly, I can manually enroll a student, which is terrifically helpful. Now, they'll need to have already registered as a student, but once they've done that, I can push them manually into a class. The Assignment tab allows us to look at and grade any student assignments that have been submitted, and this also gives us a brand new option on the lesson page. Let's just take a quick peek. I head into Introduction to WordPress once again, and getting into Gutenberg. I'm going to add a new assignment. You'll note this button is new. Click Create Assignment. Read the following and submit a 2-page paper. I can throw in some text there. I can add an attachment that they need to read, of course. I can set how long this assignment should be available, what the number of points is, minimum pass, how many files are allowed to upload, and if I put 0 here, file uploads will be disabled, and what's the maximum size in megabytes that they're able to upload. 2 is a pretty good number for, say, a Word document. Click Update Assignment. I'm going to update the course. Click on Course Page. Click on Getting into Gutenberg, and here's the assignment, the download I'm supposed to look at, and then finally the ability to submit my answer and upload my file. When I do that, you'll notice that my file's been uploaded. There's my answer. I can't edit it, but I can download it again. Looking at that from the teacher's perspective, here's that first assignment from the student, the course, and I can view their response, write a note to the student about the submission, and then give it a grade. So really helpful and really easy to see. One of the other plugins we turned on was the ability to email students. Here's the emails that get sent. When a student completes a quiz, they'll get their quiz results in an email. And when they complete the course, they'll also get their course name, completion, and course URL. Now, if we wanted to have some teacher-enabled emails, simple to do. Course completed to teacher, course enrolled, asked questions, and student completed a lesson, we can get emails with all of that. To turn those on, we head up under Settings, Email Notification, and just put a check mark in there. Currently, you can't add to these particular email types, but these are probably the most important ones. While we're in the settings and we're talking about course and student management, in Settings here, if you click on Course, you can enable the Gutenberg editor. You'll notice that we've been using the old style editor. You can update the archive page layout, the columns per row, and the courses per page. You can disable course reviews by students. You can disable the question and answer feature, and you can disable the instructor info. On the lessons page, you can enable the classic editor apart from using Gutenberg. On the main page, you can update the lesson permalink base. You can set up the defaults for the quizzes. And if you wanted to give your students even more insight to their quizzes, you can enable the detailed attempt view, which will show them all of the details of their quizzes. If you wanted multiple instructors to be allowed to upload their own courses, you would enable the course marketplace and allow them to publish their own course. This option allows you to be more like a Udemy style, where you're going to allow other instructors to use your website to post their own trainings. On the Students tab, you're going to define the student registration page, show reviews on their profile, and show completed courses on their profile as well. And finally, under Gradebook, you can enable grade point and scale, and we'll cover the rest of these options in upcoming videos. So you have a lot of options to manage both your courses and your students right here in Tutor LMS.